Welcome to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Ram Trucks. It's November. That means MACtion is back. And what a way to start. The 102nd meeting of the Battle of the Bricks. Two oldest universities in the state of Ohio ready to lock horns again. The Miami Redhawks, winners of 5 straight in Athens, to take on the defending MAC champion Bobcats of Ohio. It's a rematch of that title game that Ohio won in a rout. And currently, ESPN Analytics says Miami and Ohio, the two most likely teams to reach the MAC championship game in Detroit again. But it's tight at the top. We'll see what happens here tonight. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Athens alongside former Missouri star quarterback Chase Daniel. I'm Clay Matvick. It's great to have you with us. Midweek MACtion goes back all the way to 1999, and we've loved every minute of it.
We're in for a treat tonight. Two of the best quarterbacks in the conference and two of the best teams in the conference on prime time. Excited about it.
Miami has won 11 regular season conference games going back to last year. This is a team that is on fire right now, but the last time they played Ohio, they were embarrassed by quarterback Parker Navarro in the MAC title game in Detroit.
Yeah, Parker Navarro is extremely smart, probably the hardest working kid on the team. He's exceptional at creating and extending plays. He's extremely hard to bring down, and he had 4 total touchdowns in this MAC championship game. Not only can he do it on the ground, but he can do it through the air as well. Has worked really hard on becoming a really true pocket passer, and they put a lot on him to get in and out of the right plays at the right time, Clay.
And the other quarterback to watch tonight, of course, DeQuan Finn. No stranger to the MAC, former Toledo Rocket, back in the league after 1 year at Baylor.
Almost 11,000 career yards and 104 total touchdowns. Uber productive. He's an excellent deep ball thrower, and he's almost unsackable, Clay. The Ohio defense will have its hands full tonight with him, that is for sure.
Ohio has 1 loss on Frank Solich Field in the last 4 seasons, and Miami gave it to him. And the Bobcats haven't forgotten that. Two of the best in the MAC coming your way. We get it going next.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by Ram, official sponsor of the College Football Playoff.
Upper 40s, clear skies, absolutely no wind tonight. It's been a beautiful day in Athens as we get ready for the Battle of the Bricks. The series renewed, the 102nd meeting. Miami leads the all-time series. And of course, bitter taste in their mouth after getting routed by Ohio in the MAC title game a year ago. 38 unanswered points in that game by the Bobcats. And there is head coach Chuck Martin in his 12th year, 57 years old, longest tenured head coach in the MAC. Winningest coach in Miami history. He has 70 wins in his time in Oxford, plus a couple of MAC titles. And Brian Smith in his first year, 45 years old. This is his 4th year in Athens after stops as an offensive coordinator at Hawaii and Washington State. He was Tim Albin's offensive coordinator last year. Albin now the head coach at Charlotte. He wears the lei because of his time on the island. He played at Hawaii. His family gifts him that lei before games that have major significance. And I think that's safe to say, Chase, that we're going to see a significant game here tonight in the MAC.
Battle of the Bricks. We got some people here in the house tonight, student section. They're giving away free tuition tonight.
What?
Clay. Yeah, you got to stay through the fourth quarter, 2-minute warning. If you do, you get free tuition.
We're still filing in here tonight at Peden Stadium for this Tuesday night. Maction is back. And boy, are we glad about that. Miami won the toss. They deferred, so Ohio will receive. Kellen McLaughlin has it in the air. It's an end-over-end kick into the end zone where it's fielded by Duncan Broom. No return. And Ohio will start at the 25-yard line. Defending conference champs. First title since 1968. And despite the coaching change, the wins just keep on coming for the Bobcats. And there's Parker Navarro. Led the Bobcats to their first road win of the year at Eastern Michigan last time out. Had a career-high 315 yards passing, a couple of touchdowns. Also very dangerous with his feet. 90 carries on the season, but he's going to throw on first down, and his pass is high. It was intended for Chase Hendricks. Keep an eye on number 7 tonight. The number 3 receiver in the country, a favorite target of Navarro, and for good reason, but pass incomplete. Second down.
This offense is on a heater, Clay. 28 points in 4 of their last 5 games. They're one of the best offenses in the entire MAC in conference games in just about every category.
C.A. Bangura, leading rusher in the MAC, off the left hip of Navarro as the tight end goes in motion. And Bangura will get the carry, nothing up the middle. He is stoned, no gain. And several Redhawks joined the parade, but Corbin Hondru was the first one there. And it's going to be third down and fairly long here for Ohio in their first series.
Not the best start. Back-to-back plays, no gain. Parker Navarro's legs like to come alive here on third down, especially when stuff is not open. Got to be careful playing him in man coverage. Got a false start right there on the right tackle.
False start. Offense, number 55. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
It's been a good year for Ohio, but, you know, penalties from time to time have been a real problem. Certainly cost them in that loss at Ball State, their only conference loss here last month. They had 8 penalties in that game. So now it's third down and 15. Ohio's going to look to throw here. Navarro takes off, and this is where he's dangerous. Very slippery to the 25, finally run out of bounds at the 26. It's a 7-yard gain, well short of the marker.
Nice job by the interior defensive line. Number 20, Adam Trick, right there over the right guard, is able to get some pressure. And this defense is really good at starting fast. Drives to start the first or second half. 3 interceptions, 3 punts, and a turnover on downs, and they get a huge 3-and-out right there. So they're used to starting fast.
Megas Haynes comes on to punt. Graduate out of Massillon, Ohio. Lionel Billups Williams calls for the fair catch. So Miami will have decent field position to start for DeQuan Finn, 7th-year quarterback. MAC Offensive Player of the Year a couple of years ago at Toledo. Decided to transfer to Baylor last year. Was the starting quarterback to start the year for the Bears, but then got hurt. Ended up losing his job to Sawyer Robertson. So he decided he needed a change of scenery. Miami needed a difference maker, and here he is and doing just fine.
I mean, the career total offense is outstanding. 104 total touchdowns the last 2 games. 6 total touchdowns. He does it all, Clay. He's probably one of the best deep ball throwers in the entire country. Watch it here early to number 8, Cam Perry, who's their dynamic stud receiver.
Yeah, he leads the nation with almost 28 yards per catch. Jordan Brunson in the backfield, and he'll get the first touch, and he has some room off right tackle. Good burst out to the 40 for Brunson. His 3rd year at Miami. stuck around and now getting a good opportunity to play.
That's where they like to run it the most, Clay. Right between the tackles. They are an inside zone team, which means you're just going to run it inside, and it's a full zone blocking scheme by up front. They do it better than anyone in the MAC.
He has been doing most of the heavy lifting since Kenny Tracy went out for the year with a knee injury a month ago at Northern Illinois. Second down and 2. Finn throws it to the outside, and here's Cole Weaver, his first catch, and he gets it across the midfield stripe close to the 45-yard line. Adonis Williams makes the tackle, but it's a first down for the Redhawks, a gain of 14.
Nice accurate throw. Get the football out of his hands to Cole Weaver. Cole Weaver, you see last week, 9 catches, 96 yards. He's a guy and a receiver that they really like to lean on because Cam Perry has been getting the brunt of the coverage.
From the 46 of Ohio, first down and 10. Loading it up is Finn, a wobbling pass. Might have been deflected, maybe the arm of Finn was hit. But it lands incomplete, second down.
Boy, and he had a touchdown outside to Cam Perry. The ball just slips out of his hand. A little play action right there. Nothing crazy at all. This is a touchdown, Clay. I'm telling you, Cam Perry had 2 to 3 steps. Looks like he just couldn't finish it. No rain, no wind tonight. Unfortunate right there.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it just slipped out of his hands. He's done such a good job limiting the turnovers here in recent weeks. Part of the reason they're on the 5-game winning streak. He'll throw it out to the flat. Here's Keith Reynolds. Has a block. Steps inside the 40, then is pushed out. A few yards short of the first down. It's a gain of 6. That'll be third down and 4. Yeah, Finn only 1 interception. He had 4 in the first 3 weeks. Part of the reason that Miami started the season 0-3, they had losses to Wisconsin, Rutgers, UNLV. Took a while for the chemistry to come around. They've cleaned up the mistakes. And now playing well.
This is where Finn's legs come alive.
Josh Ringer comes into the game in pass protection. Finn having some trouble looking downfield, still looking, and now he's just going to throw it away. Well, he got spun around a couple of times. Good pressure from the Ohio front, and now a penalty flag down. Came out late.
3-man rush. And maybe a hold right there. That looked like a pancake block to me on the left tackle.
There's no foul for holding on the play. It is fourth down.
They ultimately saw what you saw. It was not a hold.
It was not a hold. This quarterback's escaping to his left. He gets pancaked. 3-man rush.
Well, now it's fourth down and decision time here early for Chuck Martin. It looks like he's going to bring on the punting unit.
Yeah, it's a smart decision. And this Ohio defense, they've really buckled down for MAC play here, Clay. Less than 200 yards passing in 3 of their 4 MAC games, and off to a good start tonight.
Here's Staten coming out to punt for the first time tonight. Junior out of Sarasota, Florida. Chase Hendricks, very dangerous return man for Ohio. And it bounces at the 10. Takes a nice Miami roll. Still rolling inside the 1-yard line. Well, you can't do it any better than that. Here's Staten with a 39-yard punt, backing Ohio up.
Timeout on the field.
Here's our ABC Saturday College Football triple header. The top teams of the Big 12 squaring off at noon Eastern in Lubbock. BYU and Texas Tech. Game day is going to be there. Then undefeated Texas A&M atop the SEC taking on the Fighting Chase Daniels. And number 19 Missouri, LSU and Alabama in the nightcap. Of course, the first college football playoff rankings revealed tonight on ESPN, coming up at 8 o'clock Eastern time. What do you expect to change, if anything?
Yeah, 2, 3, and 4 are going to be really interesting between Indiana, Texas A&M, Alabama. I cannot wait to see where the committee ranks those three teams.
We'll be finding out in just a little bit. All right, look at this. 99 yards staring Ohio in the face. Parker Navarro hands off on first down to C.A. Bangura. And now that relieves a little pressure for the Bobcats as Hondrew makes another tackle for Miami.
And here comes Chase Hendricks on the field. He is their stud, one of the best receivers in the entire country. When they're backed up like this and you get man-to-man coverage in the slot, he's right there. That's somewhere where you're going to look. No one runs more option routes better than Chase Hendricks.
Second down and 6. Bangura again found a little daylight up the middle. It'll be third down and short. Bangura spent last year at Minnesota. Found out the grass wasn't greener back at Ohio, where he was the MAC Freshman of the Year in 2022. And here's the situation now. Third down and 2, Chase, where you could likely see him again.
Yeah, I'd give it right back to him. There's finding some daylight right through the middle of this defense. The box is stacked. It's a bruiser.
Very consistent offensive line for Ohio. Can they open up a window? Looks like they got enough. It'll depend on the spot. Looked like Bangura got it across the 10-yard line.
Yep.
And it is going to be a first down for the Bobcats. Malcolm McCain making the tackle.
Third and 2, just stick your nose up in there. Nice block by 85 Mason Williams coming across. They get just enough. You know, backed up situations, Clay, we always just say, hey, get that first down, then you get rolling because you do not want to punt. This is good for field position as well as just your first down of the game.
First down and 10 from the 11. They stay with what's working right now. Bangura. He is the feature back for the #1 rushing offense in the MAC. 209 yards per game. And Bangura, he ran for 100 yards, a couple of touchdowns in the last game against Eastern Michigan.
He's got really good vision, good patience, 19 rushing attempts, 100 rush yards, and you can see their 4th 100-yard game this season. They are a really balanced attack. About the same amount of passing yards on the season as rushing yards. They aren't just a throwing team.
Jake Bruno, the tight end, lines up as a receiver to the far left, and he's going to make the catch for a first down out close to the 25-yard line. Check that. That's Williams, number 85. The sophomore tight end.
Nice quick throw out to the flat. Going with a little tempo right here.
And Bangura lowering his head. He's going to get about 3. Brian Smith, the first-year head coach, has been very pleased with this offense. The #2 scoring offense in the MAC, over 29 points per game.
Yeah, Brian Smith is the play caller. He has a really good relationship with Parker Navarro, who says he's the best kid he's ever met. Everything is super important to him. They put a lot on his plate to get in and out of the right place at the right time, and you'll see this through the night. He sticks his hands out to check the different plays.
Bangura again. So far, just a couple of passing attempts for Navarro. As Kuwach made that stop, Hondrew involved in that tackle as well. Third down and about 3. This is a very good third down offense. First in the MAC at 44%. They've been clicking along at 50% the last 3 games.
Yeah, it's been long enough. Chase Hendricks does not have a catch. Like him in the slot. Down here at the bottom of your screen.
From The 31, Navarro. Third down and 4. And he's going to try and pick it up with his feet. Takes a hit, and he's going to be stopped short. Navarro trying to dance his way out of trouble and find the line to gain. He's short. Adam Trick and Handru there to make the tackle. And now we'll see what Ohio's going to decide to do after thinking about it. They're going to run out the punting unit.
It's just very difficult to tackle, so credit to the Redhawks defense. They're just back there playing zone coverage. All eyes need to be on Parker Navarro, and they're able to force 2 punts on the first 2 drives of the football game. Can't start any better.
Angus Haynes sees this one bounce at the 32-yard line in front of Billups Williams. And again, pretty decent field position for Miami to start their second series after that 34-yard punt. Battle of the Bricks back in Athens in a moment. Kind of a feeling out process here in the early going of this Battle of the Bricks between Miami and Ohio. Winner of this game is bowl eligible and a step closer to the MAC title game. Right now, Miami is the favorite by 0.3 of a percentage point, according to ESPN Analytics, to win the MAC championship. Ohio right there, and Miami and Ohio, again, according to the analytics, the most likely matchup. Of course, they met last year at Ford Field.
Yeah, Ohio's 4-1 in their last 5, and Miami's 5-0 in their last 5, so they are playing some of the best football of their season.
Miami, an 11-game conference regular season winning streak. Ohio has won 11 straight home games. Last team to beat them at home is Miami Redhawks. It was in 2023. DeQuan Finn and Miami going to work at the 32-yard line. That's exactly where they started their first drive. Finn fakes the pitch to Brunson, now cuts it back upfield, and he'll step across the 35-yard line, driven down by DJ Walker. So the last 4 years, just the one loss
That's unbelievable.
It is impressive.
21-1.
And just one loss since they renamed the field Frank Solich Field. Former head coach here, the College Football Hall of Famer. They call it the Frank now. And it has really been a blessing to this Bobcats bunch. Keith Reynolds out in the flat makes the catch. He'll get to the 40, a couple of yards shy of the first down. Here comes third down.
One of the keys the coaches told us for Ohio's defense was limit explosives to Cam Perry, number 8. Disguise pre-snap to confuse DeQuan Finn. And they've done a really nice job of doing that. They're not playing any type of man coverage. That's how you get beat by the nation's leader in yards after the catch and yards per reception in Cam Perry. Imagine more of that. Show the quarterback one high, get to maybe 2 high safety look.
Empty backfield, 5 receivers for Finn. They only need 2 yards. Finn rolling out. Now under pressure, being chased to the sideline. Great defense by the Bobcats. Jack Freese, his second game back from injury after missing 5. A key component at the weak side linebacker spot. And Ohio's going to get off the field on 4th down.
The coach said this week Jack Freese needs to step up without their starting linebacker, Michael Molnar. He's in a big spot tonight in a huge play by him. You see there Chase Hendricks, an elite punt returner, trying to get something going for this Bobcats team.
Yeah, Molnar, the leading tackler, he is out tonight. That's a big loss for the Ohio defense. And the Bobcats get it back. Fair caught at the 25. The Battle of the Bricks. We continue right after this timeout. Play Matvick, Chase Daniel back here in Athens. Each team has had 2 possessions. We've had 4 total punts. A little bit of a surprise given the fact that these are 2 of the more offensive teams in the MAC.
Not what we expected tonight. Rivalry games, a little bit weird. Get the feeling out process going, and there's the best receiver, or one of the best receivers in the entire country, one of 3 receivers in the FBS to average 100 yards. Doesn't have a catch tonight.
And fluttered out of the hand of Navarro, and it lands incomplete. Yeah, Chase Hendricks, almost 40% of Ohio's catches on the season, and so far he hasn't been a factor. Neutralizing him is such a key for the Redhawks tonight.
Yeah, especially in the slot. That's where he does most of his work. 600 of his 805 yards have been in the middle of the football field. They've been doing a good job sort of double teaming him with a nickel and a safety.
2nd and 10 from the 25. Navarro on the option gets to Duncan Brune, and boy, is he leveled short of the 30-yard line by James Schott, the defensive end. Brune, a sophomore from Germany.
Corbin Andrew is going to come up and just absolutely go low, annihilate him, and a nice work. They're hustling to the football. Andrew goes low. The rest of the guys finish him off, and another 3rd down.
Bobcats 1 for 3 on 3rd down. Here comes the pressure. Navarro avoids it. What a catch. What an adjustment by Hendricks to make that grab.
And there's the playmaking ability with Hendricks. They started off like they were double teaming him. This ball is underthrown, and he just goes up and over. The young kids say, hey, we're tapping you on the head like we're going over top of you, and that's Coy Beasley in coverage. That'll get Chase Hendricks going.
Over 800 yards receiving for Hendricks, by far the most in the MAC, and he can do things like that. So 1st down and 10 from the 43. Navarro to the outside. This is Rodney Harris, the big junior out of Cincinnati. And like Chase Hendricks, he had a 100-yard receiving game last time out at Eastern Michigan. Navarro has a real pair of weapons in Hendricks and Harris.
Navarro with a nice throw to the wide side of the field, and Rodney Harris, really nice size, 6'2", 213 pounds. He was a really good basketball player in high school. He's their outside threat, while Chase Hendricks likes to get most of his work done in the slot.
Harris feeling really confident right now, coming off the best game of his career. 1st down and 10. Navarro throws again. Late throw and a dangerous throw, but it was hauled in by Dom Dorwart, the redshirt freshman, for a gain of 5. But that throw seemed to be a little tardy.
Yeah, Miami is sitting on these outside hitch routes once again, throwing to the wide side of the field, but a nice job by Dom Dorwart coming back to the football. All these Ohio receivers are really good in contested catches. Really strong mitts on these guys.
Caleb Martin, the cornerback, made that open field tackle. Jake Bruno, the tight end. Brune, the running back. They fake it to Brune, and now Navarro loading up, going up top, and it is caught. Or is it intercepted? It is intercepted. It was caught, but by Eli Koppas, the safety. And what a takeaway for the Redhawks.
It sure looked to me like Chase Hendricks had this in his hands. Just an inside fade.
Is an interception in the end zone.
Oh, he just took it away from him.
At the 20-yard line.
Eli Koppas, right through his hands. They're fighting for the football. And oh man, this is just bad luck for the Ohio Bobcats. I cannot believe that Eli Koppas came down with it. Doesn't touch the ground. You do not see that very often, Clay.
On the field of an interception is under further review.
Where Chase Hendricks is one-on-one with the safety, and the safety wins. Excellent job by Eli Koppas right there, if he does hold on to the football.
Koppas, a redshirt junior out of Pickerington, Ohio. And I don't know that that Hendricks ever truly had it. It sure looked like it when he went down to the ground, but then Kappas just took it off the top of the body of Hendricks.
The ball from that angle does not look like it touches the ground whatsoever. It was an actually really good throw by Parker Navarro. Hits off of Chase Hendricks. Now the question is going to be, where does he control the football? Does it finally get controlled in the end zone, which it looks like right here? And the tip hits right there. Or is he down maybe at the 1 yard line? I think that's probably what they're also looking at. Like, are you down there? It doesn't look like he completes the catch.
A lot to unpack here for our replay official, Jaime Ramirez. There's Chris LeMange, our lead official here tonight. It's ruled an interception on the field by Kappas. This is a Miami defense that comes into the night with 9 interceptions, second most in the MAC behind Central Michigan. I mean, they've had a gift for taking it away, and this would be a big takeaway early.
And it'd be their 7th takeaway in their 5th MAC game. Here's another look at it. You know, the question to me is not if he caught the ball, Clay. It's when does he finally possess it? Is it in the end zone, or is it at the 1 yard line?
The ruling of an interception is upheld. First down, Miami.
Yeah, and they're going to give him the touchback. And that's key for Miami. Instead of having it at the 1, they're going to have it at the 20. And so Navarro just gives up the interception. 10th takeaway on pick for Miami's defense this year. The 8th interception thrown by Navarro. A minute to go in the opening quarter. And offense has been hard to come by. Long time on that mesh. DeQuan Finn keeps it. He's driven down. By the way, on the last possession, they ruled that run out of bounds by Finn a sack. And it was only the 9th sack against Miami this year. The offensive line has done a really good job. And of course, Finn is always good, you know, extending plays.
And we said it in the open. He's just really difficult to sack. He's not the fastest quarterback, but he's just so shifty. So credit to the Bobcats defense.
Give him a yard, 2nd down and 9, and then Brunson finds some room up the middle. Decent run to make it 3rd down and manageable. And that might be the last play of the opening quarter. Yeah, kind of a heavyweight fight here. And, you know, no blows really landed. A lot of dancing around in the first 15 minutes. Battle of the bricks. Winner gets to bowl eligibility and a step closer to the MAC title game.
Miami in conference games, #1 in the MAC in turnover.
ESPN College Football Primetime presented by Ram Trucks. Just 40 yards of offense for Chuck Martin's Miami Redhawks in the first quarter. Here's a third down and a long three. Finn is going to keep it, and he's not going to get the first down. Stacked up and driven back. He'll get maybe a yard.
Charlie Christopher is over the slot to the field. He's going to come in untouched and sort of finish off what he was started. Number 30 right there. Really nice work. Wrapping him up, sending him back. Miami is 0 for 3 on third downs right now, Clay.
And that's their second 3 and out. And as John Hauser, the defensive coordinator, who was retained by Brian Smith, feeling really good about the way the Bobcats are playing on D right now. Good punt here by Staten, but there's a marker down back at the 21-yard line of Miami. Be a false start.
Trying to see if they want to re-kick it or not.
Illegal formation on the offense, number 1. That penalty will be added to the end of the kick. First down, Ohio.
Will not be a re-kick. ABC Saturday College Football triple header. Look at this one. To start the day in the Big 12, BYU number 8 in the country at Texas Tech, number 9 in the nation. High noon for that tilt. Texas A&M and Missouri to follow. LSU and Alabama in the nightcap.
Can't imagine the Big 12 is going to get 2 in the college football playoff. So that BYU Tech game, hugely important.
First game for LSU since the firing of Brian Kelly, and of course Chuck Martin, who worked for Kelly at Grand Valley State, the Division II ranks, and of course worked for him again at Notre Dame. We talked to Chuck about Brian and texted a little bit. He says, no doubt in my mind, BK is going to coach again. Here's Navarro on first down for Ohio. 9-yard pickup for Bangura out of the backfield.
Good quick decision right there by Parker Navarro. Look to the left to Chase Hendricks. He was covered. Find your running back, play on time and in rhythm. Something that Parker Navarro has been working on this year. Staying ahead of the sticks, not holding the football too long, trying not to use his legs too much, because we know and he knows he can get out of a lot of trouble trying to become a pocket passer.
Bangura set deep. He's the lone back. He'll get it. And he's going to have the first down out to the 40. There's Hondru again, who has seemingly been in on every tackle here tonight for Miami. First down.
This play calling process, talking to the coaches for this Ohio Bobcats offense, it reminds me a lot of an NFL play calling process. They're going to call 2 to 3 plays at the line of scrimmage, and you're going to see quarterback Parker Navarro go double count. He's going to hold his hands out wide. He's going to get to the right play at the right time.
Play fake. Doesn't see what he likes. He takes off, runs into his own man at the 46, and down he goes. He hit Bangura heading up the field and kind of stopped him right in his tracks. It's a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, that reminded me a little bit of the butt fumble. Mark Sanchez, he held on to the football. We're good.
That ever happened to you at Mizzou?
No, absolutely not.
Run into your own man?
No. Sometimes it does, though.
Still worked out. Picks up 5. And now Bangura, good burst. And that is going to be very close to a first down. They're going to give it to him.
Right down the middle. Look at that hole. Nice job getting that first down.
You know, we have a few players in this game tonight, Bangura being one of them. Left, comes back to the MAC, and now has a new appreciation for what this conference is, for what their respective schools are. Didn't get much playing time in Minnesota. Now back as the feature man at Ohio. First down from the 49 of Miami. This time not the room they were looking for up the middle. There's Malcolm McCain, the linebacker, to slam the door. You talked about this defense for Miami, Chase. Gave up 103 points the first 3 weeks, but they've allowed just 68 over the last 5 games. That's the winning streak. They're missing Silas Walters, their star safety, here tonight, but this defense has stayed healthy, and it has really gotten sharper as the season has gone on.
Yeah, they keep it simple. Their motto is, we want you to beat us. We're not going to beat ourselves. A lot of zone coverage, cover 3, too high safety look. They don't do a lot until 3rd down.
Here comes the blitz off the edge. Navarro read it, but his throw is way offline. Dom Dorwart on the comeback, out of his reach, so it's 3rd down and long.
They're just trying to get a receiver screen to the wide side of the field. Takes a little bit longer, better throw. Might have got a completion, but Coy Beasley, the safety, is right there. You see him reading off this wristband. They have a lot of plays on their wristband. You don't see a lot of college quarterbacks get as much say at the line of scrimmage to get in and out of the right plays as you do Parker Navarro.
Converted a couple of times on 3rd down tonight, but this is 3rd and long. Navarro, time to throw. Now backpedaling under pressure and almost intercepted by Eli Blakey. The senior safety out of Louisville had his hands on it along the sideline. 4th down.
Yeah, Parker Navarro just got completely lucky right here. This should have been an interception by Eli Blakey, right through his hands. DBs, you get on those jugs machine and catch as many balls as possible. Nice job getting pressure really in this early part of this game by Corbin Hondrew. It's been all over the place.
Lionel Billups-Williams calling for the fair catch at the 21-yard line. Well, back and forth with the punts we go. 10:50 to go, first half, no score. Well, John Hauser has game planned for DeQuan Finn before. It didn't go so well. 2022 MAC title game. Finn was at Toledo, led the team to a 17-7 win in Detroit. Passed for 154 and a touchdown, ran for 86. And we talked to John Hauser this week, said, hey, we're going to put a spy on him from time to time, and so far it's working out. Hauser, the coach who was retained by Brian Smith, he has a deep appreciation for this rivalry. 4th year on staff at Ohio. He was at Miami the 8 years prior.
Yeah, I mean, he knows them really well. And their defense has done a really nice job tonight, spying him, especially on 3rd down.
From the 21-yard line, 1st down and 10 for the Redhawks. They've got 3 and out on their last 2 series. They're going to start with a run play, and a good one for Brunson as he climbs through a hole in the middle and picks up 7.
And you can see just what the threat of Finn running does. Both defenders play outside of the box, and Brunson's just able to go up and get an easy 7 yards. Just the mere threat of Finn as a runner has defensive coordinator John Hauser doing all sorts of things, trying to get him off of his game.
Some movement.
Austin Mitchell, the nose tackle, jumped a little early.
Offside. Defense, number 97. 5-yard penalty results in a 1st down.
So a break for the Redhawks. If they can get a win tonight, they're going to be all alone in 1st place in the MAC, in really good shape. First 4-0 league start since 2003. Ben Roethlisberger was still throwing around for Miami at that time.
Big Ben.
Again, they run it on 1st down with Brunson. As Pius Ajugo, the nose tackle, transfer from Central Michigan, makes the tackle. Jordan Brunson, one of the big, heavy running backs for Miami, weighs 230 pounds. The 4 running backs on the depth chart for Miami average 6 feet tall, 232 pounds. I mean, there is a lot of beef back there.
They're big. We haven't even seen Deshaunte Jones, their 5'10", 250-pound short yardage back yet.
Keith Reynolds, the receiver, lines up the backfield this time. He's not big, 5'9", 181, but he's shifty, and he gets it and dives across the 40-yard line. I know what you're thinking here, Chase, because I can read your body language. You are really frustrated that these teams have been very conservative on offense so far.
I'm seeing 0 aggressiveness on either side, and the filling out process is done. There's 8 minutes and some change left in the 1st half. We have not seen a play, Clay, over 14 yards for either team. Throw the football outside. Cam Perry, who is leading the FBS in yards per catch by a wide margin at 27, does not have a catch.
You're like a caged tiger. I want to see some explosiveness. Well, we're not going to get it here on 3rd down and 2, but Miami will pick up the 1st down. Good second effort there by Jordan Brunson. The Miami run game averaging 210 yards per game during the win streak. And just Brunson not going to be outworked this time.
No, look, it just drives his legs. You mentioned it. He's 230 pounds, 5th-year senior. And you got to imagine that Miami is just sort of hoping that the Bobcats defense play into this inside run, and they throw it over the top at some point.
Well, Josh Ringer, their pass protecting running back, checks in. Maybe an indication they're going to go up top. Quan Finn so far 3 of 5 passing. Pressure picked up. Now Finn ducks out of the pocket, across his body, downfield. Caught at the 35 by Cole Weaver. There's the big play. That's a gain of 27 and a 1st down.
Classic scramble drill. Cole Weaver finding a hole, going back with his quarterback, and going up, making a nice catch. And That is a very difficult throw going to your left as a quarterback.
Biggest play of the game for either team. 27 yards for Weaver, coming off the game of his life in that win against Western Michigan. Now first down and 10 at the 29 of Ohio. Under 7 minutes to go in the half. Play fake. DeQuan Finn rolling to his right. Rips it downfield, and there's Weaver again. Back-to-back plays to the 6'3" sophomore.
On the move, throwing the ball accurately. He's going out to his right, looking for Cam Perry on a little comeback route, and then Cole Weaver, who has a post route, just sort of sits down in that zone. Back-to-back catches. And this Cole Weaver kid, man, he's something else these last couple weeks. He's mainly their third down guy. Cam Perry getting double teamed right there, finding Cole Weaver for a nice open zone completion.
18 yards to the 12. Brunson in the backfield. Tight end Brian Shane leading the way for Brunson, who battles his way inside the 10-yard line down to the 7.
First trip to the red zone for Miami tonight. They've really struggled scoring touchdowns in the red zone. They tend to be more pass happy. They tend to rely on more of that. I want to see more of what they just did. 4 yards on first down. Run the football. 7th in the MAC, 22 of 28, 16 touchdowns, 6 field goals, but they have to run the football down here.
And they settled for 3 red zone field goals against Western Michigan. Didn't cost them in that game. Looking for a payoff here. 5.5 to go in the first half. Finn has plenty of time. Throws, there's Weaver again, and he's down at the 4. It'll be 3rd down. And about 2 as Kendall Bannister made that tackle. Boy, Weaver wearing him out here on this drive.
Yeah, 3 catches, 3 big catches, all on scramble drills. That's what DeQuan Finn does the best. And in this, Clay, this is really where DeQuan Finn's legs come alive down here. Quarterback draw, zone read, zone option, all of that stuff.
Miami's going to bring in an extra offensive lineman. This offensive line has been solid this year. Austin Uke back from injury tonight. Feeling pretty good. They're going to call a timeout. Redhawks want to talk this over ahead of a 3rd and 2 in the red zone.
ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Ram, is brought to you by Sealy Posturepedic, expertly engineered for superior support.
Miami Redhawks, the only team to win in Athens, Ohio, the last 4 years. Can they do it again? You can see that it's been tough to win on the road in the league, but Miami's done a pretty good job, 2-0. And they have put together the best drive of the night so far. 8 plays, 75 yards in over 6 minutes. Can they pay it off? Here's a big 3rd down and 2. They can pick up a 1st down at the 2-yard line. Finn hands it off. Spinning is Brunson. Did he get there? DJ Walker makes the tackle. Did he get him in time? No, he did not. 1st down, a goal to go. Miami.
It's inside zone, meaning you're just running right through the teeth of that Bobcats defense, which their interior 7's pretty good. And just put it on the ground 2 or 3 or 4 more times. Do not put this football in the air. They got a bunch of heavy dudes in there, extra linemen, extra tight ends.
The ruling on the field of a 1st down is under further review.
We're going to look at it again. Was his knee down, perhaps?
Sure looked like he got it on the first look. Close enough to take a second look, though. The 1st down yard line is the 2.
Yeah, I think, you know, by spinning, he stayed up, and that knee did not touch.
Butts down. It's where the ball is at. It's going to be hard to overturn this.
It's going to be 1st down and goal to go from inside the 2-yard line if it stands. As this run game for Miami now up over 100 yards rushing. Run game has been so good since week 4. I don't know what it is about this place. Everybody really struggles here in Frank Solich Field, Beaton Stadium, but Miami, of course, winning their last trip here, and you know, a chance to take the lead late in the 1st half if they can pay off this drive.
I don't know what's taken so long right here. From this angle, it's really hard to tell. But I mean,
every offensive starter for Miami is different from that team that Ohio blew out in the MAC championship 11 months ago. We talked to Chuck Martin this week. He said, my guys are loose. They're confident because many of these guys did not play in that game. There are no lingering doubts about, you know, what they can do against Ohio.
After review, the ruling on the field is upheld. 1st and goal.
As we expected.
yeah, I mean,
And so now they have 4 chances to bang it in from less than 2 yards away.
that's exactly what I would do. 4 chances to run it in. 6 offensive linemen. 2 or 3 tight ends. Just run right through the middle of that Bobcats defense.
And still have Brunson on the field, even though Deshaunte Jones is their heavy short yardage back. It's Brunson, stopped short of the goal line. Maybe a yard.
Right down the middle. Nice push up front. Bobcats defensive line stops them, and you know, we said it before, Clay, but they can run Brunson or they can run Finn. This is where his legs come alive. Get him around the edge would be nice.
2nd and goal. Brunson is wrapped up. 2nd effort. Stretching out to the goal line. You're going to mark him down inside the 1.
Second effort almost gets in. That is a mass of humans right there. 3rd and goal, 4th and goal. I'm running it. You got to imagine, you know, you're getting the ball at the 5, under center, quarterback sneak. You have a yard to go.
Brunson. Jack Freese shooting in. And Pius Ajugo there as well. It's 4th down.
Got to go for it.
How about this Bobcat defense? And we'll see if Miami runs a play before the 2-minute timeout. Doesn't look like they will.
The stadium's rocking right now.
A 12-play drive so far. It has spanned 78 yards, but nothing to show for it yet. A big 4th down when we come back. Battle of the Bricks, nearly a half in the books. Still waiting for our first points in Athens. Miami had it 1st down and goal to go from the 2. They have been stopped on 3 plays from getting into the end zone. 4th down and goal. And another timeout, this time called by Ohio.
Yeah, they changed the look.
So the offense was out there ready to run a play. Trying to cap a drive that has got 12 plays, 78 yards. There's a thought here. Maybe you run Jobin out, kick the field goal, take the 3 points to make sure you get something because getting nothing here would be absolutely demoralizing. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Chuck Martin is making the right call. You absolutely have to go for it. You're first and goal at the 2-yard line. You have 4 plays to get the football 2 yards and into the end zone. It's more of a mindset type thing. And Ohio used their timeout right there because they put Cam Perry out wide. They weren't ready for that. They were in the wrong goal line personnel. They're lining up like this again. You got to imagine that Finn is gonna keep it here on the edge unless they just want to try 4 times in a row right up the middle.
Brunson in the backfield. And motion up front.
Now you kick it if it's offsides. Or if it's a false start, excuse me.
Like left guard Greg Smith with the false start.
False start. Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
And I have a huge issue right here, Clay, going on a double snap count. You're down there at the goal line. You have to go on one. You're on the road. It's loud down there. There's the student section. I just don't understand the snap count issue right there. Go on one. He double claps. Left guard jumps offside. They're going to have to settle for 3.
6-year senior Dom Jobin coming off a 4-for-4 game on field goals against Western Michigan. And Miami salvages 3 on that 13-play drive.
Timeout on the field.
All right, Zubin and Trev, looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say about the first college football playoff reveal of the season. as we get ready for week 11 here in college football. This is the start of it with some action in Athens as Miami just kicked it out of bounds. McLaughlin kicks it out of bounds after that drive.
Free kick out of
They
bounds.
went 13 plays.
Kicking team number 38.
And all they could get was 3 points.
At the 35-yard line. First down.
All the momentum here with Ohio with just under 2 minutes to go. Each team with a couple of timeouts remaining.
Yeah, Parker Navarro, wily veteran, has run a lot of 2-minute drills in his day. Just get that first down, get everyone rolling. 2 timeouts left, no 2-minute timeout. Anything over 10 yards and a first down, clock stops or out of bounds.
Navarro 5 of 10 passing, 50 yards, no touchdowns. Through that interception at the goal line in the first quarter. Here's Navarro improvising, which he is so good at. He'll pick up a few.
He had Hendricks open on a corner route down below, but the pressure all night long of this Miami front seven has been in Navarro's face.
Second down and 6. Pressure off the edge. Navarro got it downfield, and it is caught. C.A. Bangura, his second catch out of the backfield, and he is close to the 50-yard line. That's a gain of 12. And they will stop the clock to set the football inside of the 2 minutes. Here's Navarro again, pressure. Dumps it off short, a little lollipop pass to Bangura this time. Just carrying tacklers to the line to gain.
And that's a really good play by Bangura because it stops the clock just for a second. You don't have to use a timeout. This Miami defense looks in cahoots.
First down, Navarro. He is going to be walloped and then still managed to get a couple of yards on the play, and a timeout quickly called by the Bobcats.
That's a rookie mistake right there by Navarro. Understanding you have 2 timeouts in your back pocket.
Their second timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Just got to throw that football away.
Well, Parker Navarro, last year he became the first quarterback in Ohio history to pass for 2,000 yards and rush for 1,000. He could have jumped into the portal after a season like that, but he stayed because he has a great relationship with Brian Smith, who, you know, was his offensive coordinator last year. They really click. And, you know, it's not always about, you know, some NIL money. It's not always about being at a power school. Sometimes grass isn't always greener.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's not normal in this portal age for you to stay. But there's something about that play caller quarterback dynamic where if you're on the same page and you can put up some extremely good numbers in your career and you feel like you're a better football player and you have a better chance at the next level with where you're at, rather than maybe go be a fringe starter or a backup, I think you made the right decision.
57 seconds to go in the half. Second down and 8 for Ohio. Down 3, taking a shot, and that's going to be incomplete. He wanted Hendricks. So it's 3rd down and 8. And now keep in mind here, you know, Ohio has no faith in its kicking game. Brian Smith said as much. They don't have a field goal make since September.
Yeah, that'll definitely influence their play calling. I mean, this is a huge 3rd down, 52 seconds left. Even if you get half of it, you're going for it on 4th down. Don't have to get it all.
From the 39 of Miami. 2 seconds on the play clock. They get it off. Navarro pressured out of the pocket, throws across his body, snagged for a first down. That will stop the clock to the 25-yard line. 14-yard pickup for Harris.
And this is where he's at his best, scrambling out to his left or his right, outside of the pocket, back up to the line of scrimmage, call the play.
Still under timeout. Navarro chased again. He's just going to throw it away. And that will stop the clock with 35 seconds remaining in the first half. Grant Lyons was chasing Navarro, almost got to him.
Still having their timeout in their back pocket really helps the play calling right here. They're playing a lot of zone coverage and allowing free runs at the safety for number 7, Chase Hendricks, who has had 1 catch for 14 yards.
Yeah, he has
tonight.
been really quiet tonight. Second down and 10. Navarro slides up. They'll throw to the outside on the comebacker. It's caught at about the 19-yard line. Clock is moving. That catch brought in by Dorward. 20 seconds to go in the half.
They got to get lined up. They got to get going.
They can stop the clock with a first down. They're going to take a shot, though. Contact in the end zone. Ohio wants a flag. They're not going to get it. Eli Blakey was all over Caleb Gossett. Great coverage.
Yeah, it was great coverage. No pass interference right there by Eli Blakey.
So now 4th down, and they're going to run out the field goal unit. And field goals have been an adventure all season for both David Dellenbach and Brad Peacock. And this will be Dellenbach to attempt a 35-yarder. He is 1 for 2 on the year. This would be a season best for him, as long as 30 yards. And Miami's going to put him on ice here.
Timeout, Miami. Their second timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
And when you play the Miami Redhawks, you always have to be thinking about a block kick. I mean, the special teams across the board has been great for Chuck Martin's team. They have 3 block kicks this year.
Yeah, they're one of the best special teams in the country. One of 2 schools that have a kickoff return and block multiple kicks, like you were saying. And this is not going to make it any easier on Dellenbach once he gets iced.
It's a good night to kick, though. I mean, it's
no wind.
Absolutely perfect out. No breeze whatsoever.
Right hash where he likes it.
Dellenbach, a redshirt freshman out of Park City, Utah. This will be out of the hold of Magnus Haynes, the punter. 35-yard attempt to tie the game. And got it. Tucks it inside the right upright. So David Dellenbach and the Ohio kicking game, which has been an Achilles heel this year, gets the first points of the night just ahead of the half.
And the crowd knows it too. They sure do. And look how excited he is for hitting this. I mean, you just got to make that first or second one and you get going. I mean, a 35-yard kick seems so hum, but this student section was going nuts because they know they've had kicking issues. And I mean, I would have never guessed a 3-3 game in the first half. I mean, these defenses came in reeling a little bit. These offenses on both teams, they've been the story of the year. Defenses are outshining them right now.
If Ohio can get a win here tonight, it would be a 4-way tie atop the MAC at 4-1. With 3 big games for every team down the stretch awaiting. And remember last year in the MAC championship, Miami jumped out to the 3-0 lead and then 38 unanswered points as Ohio went on to win the championship for the first time since 1968. There you see the standings. Not a lot of offense here tonight. That means a very entertaining second half with a lot on the line lays ahead. And this one's kicked out of bounds.
Yeah, this just made things a little more interesting.
Obviously, Dellenbach all riled up after making that field goal.
Yeah, I mean, the ball's...
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team number 39. Ball be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
The ball's at the 35-yard line. I mean, you have 7 seconds on the clock. If you did want to take a shot down the middle of the field, you have 1 timeout left. Plenty of time. I mean, it looks like they're probably just going to kneel it, but it's just, woo. They got a good kicker. Smart just to go in. They get the ball at the second half.
Ohio looking to avenge its only loss at home in the last 4 years. Miami trying to extend its win streak to 6 games. It is tied at 3 at the half. Now Zubin and Trevor in the studio.
The most exciting thing in the land. The Ohio University marching 10. The assistant director of the tennis, Mr. Chester, the director of advanced talent, graduate associates in Orlando Series, Peter Jackson. The field committee is Mikey Rivera. Tonight, we're keeping it 110 on the land, the seas, and the skies. Like Taylor Swift, you saved the 110
Welcome back to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Ram Trucks. Play-mapping Chase Daniel here in Athens, Ohio for the Battle of the Bricks, where we have just witnessed the lowest scoring half in this rivalry since 2004. Defensive showing for both teams in the first 30 minutes, especially Ohio had Miami off the field after a first down and goal situation for the Red Hawks from inside the 2. We're going to be talking about that in just a second. Miami's going to start with the football here in the second half. Winner has got 6 wins on the season. Eligible to play in a bowl game. And a little bit closer to earning a spot in the MAC championship. Both of these teams met in the MAC title game a season ago. Win by Ohio in convincing fashion. Dellenbach's kick is going to be short. It's going to bounce at the 5, and it's out of bounds again. We've seen that 3 times now tonight. Second time for Ohio.
Kicking team number 39. Ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
All right, it's time to cut to the chase with Chase Daniel. And here's that goal line stand for the Bobcats.
Yeah, defense is the story of the game, no doubt about it. This is a goal line stop on 3rd down. They had 1st and goal. You're going to see Jack Freese right through the middle, completely unblocked. And this is 3rd and goal from the 2. Big time stop and a big time play. And then we go into 4th down where left guard Greg Smith jumps off sides because they end up going on 2 claps, which means they're going on 2, and that's the story of the game. Without getting 7 points right there, it's a 3-3 ball game. Miami gets a chance to double dip and get some more points here to start the second half.
Miami, that was a 13-play drive at almost 9 minutes. All they get is the field goal. Quan Finn, he was held in check in the first half. He's going to take a shot on the first play, and it's incomplete. Now they're trying to get Cam Perry involved. That's only the 2nd time he's been targeted in this football game. Didn't have a catch in the first half.
Just a post route running right through double coverage, and he had a step on him, and he's just missed. That's the first aggressive throw down the football field that we've seen from DeQuan Finn. And Cam Perry, he is their guy. 27 yards per catch. That's right, 22 catches for 612 yards on the season. He's their most explosive guy.
Yeah, the question was, could Ohio knock him off his routes tonight? But you know, he hasn't been involved in the offense, only thrown to twice. Now the ground game again for Miami, and Jordan Brunson, his 11th carry, held to 35 yards in the first half as Freese makes another stop.
And Cam Perry does not have a catch tonight. Usually when they line him up outside, that's when he gets the brunt of his catches, the brunt of his yards. They are just running deep by you, and when they put him in the slot, he's more of an option guy. Does not have a catch. They have to get him started in this second half.
2 of 6 in the first half was Miami on 3rd down. Finn lets it go, and there is Perry. His first grab. He's pushed out of bounds late, but no penalty flag.
I like it. Just an out route to the wide side of the field. Perfect rhythm in their drop by DeQuan Finn. And outside, we just mentioned it, he usually likes to run by you. You're going to see this out route. Look how much space the corner is giving him. That's just way too easy.
Gain of 13 yards. You can tell there was some paint peeling on the walls in the Miami locker room. Why aren't we getting it to Perry?
Absolutely. Look at this. Almost 28 yards a catch.
And getting him involved here early on in the 3rd quarter as Brunson is stacked up. Still on his feet. Good effort to pick up a few. And Cam Perry really struggled with focus last year. Chuck Martin was telling you and I how much he has matured as a teammate, as an overall player. And now both he and Miami reaping the rewards of that maturity.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's really well liked within that locker room. Lines up everywhere, inside, outside, running back. He can do it all. More of that, please.
2nd and 7. Keith Reynolds. They fake it to him, but it's Finn keeping it. We have not seen Reynolds involved on that jet sweep. It looked like they might do it there, but then Finn with the late keep. And it's going to be 3rd and medium here.
And Finn has ran for almost 400 yards and 4 touchdowns on the year. And this Bobcat defense has done a really good job of spying him with certain linebackers, whether it be Jack Freese or safeties, DJ Walker. Michael Mack has also spied him at times. They've done a really nice job of limiting on the run what Finn can do.
And that's without Michael Molnar, their leading tackler. This Bobcats defense, he's out tonight with an injury. The Bobcats make a stop here on 3rd and 5. Finn has time, surveying the field. And he's going to flip it to the sideline looking for Perry. Runs out of room. 4th down. Man, Ohio's secondary has done a good job covering receivers downfield. Great coverage here.
Yeah, they just start in 2-eye safety look and just rerouting people. That's exactly what defensive coordinator John Hauser wanted to do. Reroute number 0, Keith Reynolds. Reroute Cam Perry. And off the field once again. This Bobcats defense has done a nice job tonight limiting explosives.
There's defensive coordinator John Hauser. He'll tell you there are no stars on this defense. They are physical and bought in, and they passed their first test of the second half. Ohio gets it back, tied at 3 with Miami. Kick off your NFL Sunday with the Countdown Crew. Sunday NFL Countdown starts at 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. And Week 10 Monday Night Football, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and the 6-2 Eagles coming out by, taking on Jordan Love and the Pack at Lambeau, 8 Eastern on ABC, ESPN, and the new ESPN app. Hurts and the Eagles beat the Packers twice last year, including in the playoffs. Could be a shootout between Hurts and Love.
Two of the better quarterbacks in the league.
NFL trade deadline today. Mr. 14-year NFL vet, Chase Daniel, what'd you think of it?
The Jets are in full rebuild mode. They're trading away everyone. Quentin Williams, Sauce Gardner.
Got some good draft picks.
Yeah, a lot of draft capital. They're on the hunt for a quarterback play.
Duncan Brune. And just one carry in the first half. On first down, he's going to get 4 for the Ohio Bobcats, trying to find a rhythm on offense. Parker Navarro, Miami really kept the dual threat quarterback in check in the first half. 5 carries, just 18 yards. He's so nimble. He is so good at improvising, but he hasn't been able to do much in that regard tonight.
Yeah, the defense has done a really nice job over on Miami side. Just really keeping them under check, not allowing any deep completions down the field.
2nd and 7, looking to throw here. Navarro under pressure, tried to dump it out short to the outlet Brune. The safety valve dropped it. 3rd down.
They're going to end up blitzing right down the middle. Number 33, Jackson Kuwach, just right down the pipe to get to a 3rd and 7. Just no offensive rhythm for the Bobcats tonight. Everything that they're doing, Miami has a really good balance on how to hit back.
No sacks tonight for Miami. 24 coming into the game. That's 11th in the nation. They bring some pressure here. Nice catch. That's going to be a 1st down and more for Chase Hendricks. The number 3 receiver in the country, averaging 100 yards per game. He's been pretty quiet tonight. That'll move the chains.
First time all night I've seen him one-on-one. They end up bringing 5-man pressure, blitz a linebacker. Parker Navarro smartly just finds Hendricks right over the middle of the field. We mentioned it. That's where a lot of his work is done. 600 of his 805 yards through the middle of the field.
Now back to the air, and Hendricks again the intended target. It's incomplete. So Hendricks, a couple of catches, 32 yards on the night.
Miami this half is starting to pressure a lot more, not just a 4-man rush. They're getting pressure up front, but they're bringing these 2nd-level linebackers. Gotta imagine the Bobcats going to throw more in the middle of the football field if that continues to happen.
Some confusion here, being lined up for Ohio ahead of the 2nd and 10. From the 34, Navarro directing traffic, has it swatted from behind by Hondrew. Corbin Hondrew knocked it away, and it looks like he recovered. Yes, he did. Miami football. What a night it has been.
Rolling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense.
For the senior linebacker, Corbin Hondrew.
Parker Navarro scrambles out to his left, deals pressure. And as he's going to throw, Hondrew makes a game-changing play, hits it out of his hand before it is coming forward. And just the effort and intensity from Hondrew. Really good cover linebacker, but can pressure as well.
2nd takeaway for the Miami defense. Hondrew has been an absolute star in this game. 13 tackles in the first half. Now that fumble recovery. And Chuck Martin's Miami Redhawks have great field position, 1st and 10 at the Ohio 36. Quan Finn quickly back out on the field with the offense. Jordan Brunson off his right hip. And it'll be Brunson finding a little wiggle room, not much. couple of yards, perhaps.
And back to those 2 takeaways for this Miami defense. They are now +6 in turnover margin. That is by far the best in the MAC conference. This is what this team is built on. They play smart, they play efficient, they're hard-nosed, they work hard, and they take the football away.
And now this Ohio defense being put to the test again. It has stood tall tonight. And barely a chance to catch their breath after the last series. Now they're back on the field. There's Brunson hard running inside their 30-yard line. As Christopher makes the stop. True freshman.
And finally, a little bit of running room on the outside. They've run so much in between the tackles. I was wondering when they would try to get around the edge. A nice run there to set up a 3rd and short.
What do you expect here?
Yeah, you got to imagine Finn. RPO, this is sort of what they're based off of. The way this game's going, imagine if you get close, it's 2-down territory.
Keith Reynolds, the wide receiver, lines up in the backfield. And now he sprints out, and he's going to get it on a receiver screen. And boy, what a great open field tackle by Ohio's DJ Walker. That is the 2nd open field tackle he has made tonight.
Yeah, it's such a nice job. This isn't RPO though, Clay. It's a draw or a bubble to Reynolds. And then just the sideline to sideline awareness of this defense. And DJ Walker making a huge play.
So Dom Jobin, who is hit from 23 tonight, will attempt a 47-yard field goal. Well within his range. And on a windless night, that is easily in for Jobin to put Miami back ahead. But what a tackle by Walker.
Introducing Verts. Swipe for news and highlights. Now available on the ESPN app.
Welcome back to ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Ram Trucks. Clay Matvick, Chase Daniel. Number 2, DJ Walker. There he is, that flowing head of hair, getting rest. He's a redshirt sophomore, but well, that wasn't him. I take that back. He has his helmet on.
It looked like
he's a captain. The team voted him a captain. He's made 2 big open field tackles tonight, including one inside the 5-yard line. And this Ohio defense has been outstanding, holding Miami to just 3 points off of 2 Bobcats turnovers. It's an end-over-end kick by McLaughlin. Touchback, and Ohio will try to get its offense on track. The run game especially, you know, it's the #1 rushing offense in the conference. 209 yards per game, but the run game has been limited to just 53 yards tonight. And I'm sure that's concerning for first-year head coach Brian Smith.
Absolutely. And look, rushing yards per game, you said it, 209. That leads the MAC. I mean, 17th in the entire country. You just got to figure out a way to get these receivers open on the edge. That's where they seem to be struggling at corner for Miami. See if they can get something going.
First down, or at least close to it. Maybe they're going to spot him short. Rodney Harris, a grab that's 9 yards on the play for Harris.
That's the matchup where you want to be versus these Miami corners. They haven't tried them a lot this game. I want to continue more of that.
3rd catch, 28 yards for Harris. 2nd and 1. Navarro wants to throw, and that's going to be a first down. There's Hendricks moving the chains out to the 42. He is the latest in a long line of standout slot receivers at Ohio. You think of some of the guys they've had recently: Poppy White, Sam Wiglis, Coleman Owen, who's with the Colts now.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. Miami's continuing to blitz, and blitz heavy up the middle. Throw it to the slot, throw it outside. Pretty simple game plan.
First down from the 42. Good hold for Bangura. One of the best runs of the night for the Bobcats. C.A. Bangura, the redshirt senior from Bowie, Maryland, moving the chains as Ohio's into plus territory.
I want you to watch Jordan Jones, this right tackle, going to be pulling across. They run this tackle counter along with the center. Boom!
Longest running play of the night for the Bobcats, and they'll go back to him. This time he's ridden down inside the 45 after a 3-yard pickup. Bangura coming out that 100-yard game at Eastern Michigan. It was a road win. First of the year. And now back home, friendly confines of Peden Stadium. Trying to defend the Frank Solich Field. Second drive of the half for Ohio. They turned it over in their last possession. There's a man wide open down the seam. Good catch and run. Now this offense is starting to find some rhythm. That's Mason Williams. The sophomore tight end picks up 15.
When you just rush 4 guys and you give Parker Navarro time to go through his progression and read, he gets to his 3rd progression to his tight end.
Going with a little tempo now. Navarro under pressure, smartly throws it to the sideline. Boy, he was getting some heat. Grant Lyons has been in Navarro's face a couple of times tonight. Of course, Hondrew, already a pest, does it again.
Yeah, absolutely. Hondrew's been all over the field. If you're this Ohio offense, though, 2 turnovers, you're right in field goal range right now. Calm down. Plenty of time. You don't have to get it all back on one play. No sacks right here. 2nd and long.
Boy, this doesn't sound like you. Early in the game, you were being impatient.
Well,
you wanted explosives.
The way this game's going, Clay, it's just like, man, points are at a premium. He's playing man-to-man across the board here.
2nd and 10 inside Fake handoff, and Navarro keeps it. Beautiful fake. Now race to the line to gain it. I don't think he got it. He's going to be a couple of yards short, but what a fake by Navarro. Coy Beasley, the transfer from Purdue, angled him out.
You see Corbin Hondra at the top of your screen, missed tackle right there. They crash the end down, and they stunt Corbin Hondru around the edge, and he has Parker Navarro in the run fit, one of the few missed tackles tonight by Hondru.
It's been a good defensive effort for the Redhawks tonight under coordinator Bill Breakin. His 12th year working for Chuck Martin. Trying to get off the field. They will not do it. First down, it's going to be a touchdown. C.A. Bangura rips it up the middle. 22 yards. Biggest run of the night for the Bobcats, and it puts Ohio ahead.
This big O-line's doing their job. They finally break through with Bangura. This push up front is unbelievable. Watch the right tackle right there. Jordan Jones pushed the entire pile down. Mason Williams comes around. House call.
8 plays, 75 yards in 3.5 minutes. Bangura is Mac leading 10th rushing touchdown of the year. And that was a drive, finally, that the Bobcats were looking for. There's right tackle Jordan Jones for Ohio. Walked on as a D lineman 3 years ago. Now a potential all-MAC O-lineman. And he was key on that go-ahead touchdown as it's 10-6 Bobcats.
Finally got the run game going. They came into that drive with 58 rushing yards for the entire game. They had 38 on that drive alone, Clay.
First lead for Ohio tonight. And Miami, they will try to answer. Lionel Billups Williams on the return, has some real estate to work with. Good return. Hit at the 35, stays on his feet to the 40.
Jordan Jones, key to this drive right here. Watch him around. He's going to pull a little counter action. Stuff up in the hole. Boom. Right there on Hondru. Nice little gain. And then again, right here at right tackle, he's going to push the entire offensive line down for Bangura. And when that happens, it's pay dirt. Look at that. Moving some bodies, Clay. Big old linemen. They deserve love, too, in this type of game.
Jones, a junior out of Ashland, Kentucky.
Delay game. Offense, number 1. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Third penalty on Miami tonight. None bigger, of course, than that false start penalty at the goal line in the first half from the 2-yard line.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine on your first play of a drive you're getting a delay of game. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
They haven't had many penalties tonight, but they've been quirky and costly. First down and 15 from the 35-yard line. DeQuan Finn, 8 of 12, 85 yards. Looking to throw. Down the seam. It's tipped and nearly picked off. Almost intercepted by Jack Freese. Man, did they miss him when he was hurt. He has been so good tonight. Missed 5 games with injury, second game back, and he has been sharp.
And he's just saying just a little bit, because this is a huge play down the middle of the field. The tight end, number 86, Brian Shane. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to score right there, but that's at least a 30-yard gain. Really nice job by Freese getting up, batting the football down on a potential huge play.
Freese, a converted safety, former walk-on. Finn taking another deep shot, and it's tipped in the secondary. Flag comes out, and this is going to be pass interference against Tank Pearson, and he can't believe it. Can't believe it.
I don't know about this one.
Pass interference. Defense, number 7. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
One of the best cover corners in the MAC.
And they're calling, because I saw the ref talking to Tank Pearson, pulling on number 8 Cam Perry's left arm down. That is, well, he can't believe it. I can't believe it either. You got to let these boys play. A huge penalty, though.
He leads the MAC in passes defended. He has an interception on the year. He is always in good position. Not that time. First down, DeQuan Finn will keep it. And he is going to go down, so is another penalty marker. Michael Mack, veteran D-back, coming up to tackle Finn, and there's going to be a holding call against the Redhawks.
Holding. Offense, number 72. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
So Chris Manu, the center.
Scrambling around. It's a quarterback draw, and I don't know. I mean, these last 2 penalties, tough to overcome a holding penalty on first down. It's now 1st and 20.
Manu, a redshirt freshman, a product of Dublin Kaufman High School outside of Columbus. Redhawks backed up. Finn out of the pocket. And on the crossing route, Perry is cut down quickly by guess who? DJ Walker. Man, the strong safety, when he is in the wide open field, he's like a laser beam.
Yeah, 42 tackles, interception on the season as well, but he's best when he's around the box, and really nice work by Cam Perry coming around, making a catch, but still 2nd and 15, only a 5-yard gain because of that tackle by DJ Walker.
Keith Reynolds goes in motion to the right. 2nd and 15. Daquan Finn pumps, throws, and that is caught. And that is going to be close to a first down for Cole Weaver. He had 4 catches in the first half. That's a 15-yard pickup, and they're going to mark him just short. So it'll be 3rd and 1.
Finn, such a nice job moving around, finding a receiver. This Bobcats defense, they've done it before. Can you hold here on 3rd and 1? I'd imagine they're going to run right through the teeth of this defense.
3rd and less than a yard. They do run it. Where are they going to spot this? Remember, they stopped Brunson 3 times inside the 2. Didn't get it. 4th down. Man, this Ohio front has been fantastic. That time, Jalen Thomason and Jack Freese again making the stop.
Jalen Thomason right off the slot, nickel pressure. And they've been excellent on 3rd and short and 4th and short so far today.
Deshaunte Jones, the short yardage back, checks in. He hasn't touched it yet. All 250 pounds of Jones is able to pick up the first down. And it begs the question, where was Deshaunte Jones when they had a first down and goal and 4 chances to get in? He stayed on the sideline in the first half.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. He's 5'10", 250 pounds. Looks like Ron Dane running, the old Wisconsin guy. But he's a load to bring down. He is their short yardage back.
That was his first carry tonight. Boy, Finn, all kinds of time. Now takes off, and he's got the football inside the 35-yard line, a gain of 7. There's the improvisational skills of Daquan Finn.
And look at the coverage. There is just nobody open whatsoever at the top either. They got everyone double teamed. I mean, they're trying to run the football for this 2-eye safety look, but these safeties, led by DJ Walker, they are all over the place tonight.
There's another short yardage situation, so Jones checks back in the backfield. Redshirt freshman out of Cleveland. And that is just forcing his will against that Bobcats front. And that's going to be a first down. Deshaunte Jones has a team-high 4 touchdowns for Miami. None of them more than 2 yards.
Yeah, I mean, he's the red zone specialist in bowling ball.
Yeah, but we did not see him in the first half. But he picks up a couple of key first downs here to keep this drive going for Miami, which will continue into the 4th quarter. It was a good quarter for Ohio despite another turnover. Bobcats have the lead for the first time. It's 10-6 headed to the 4th. Football Prime Time presented by Ram Trucks. Battle of the Bricks. It's been a brick fight offensively.
Yeah.
I mean, Miami trying to extend its winning streak to 6. And it's going to be hard to imagine them doing that without Cam Perry emerging at some point. He's one of the best receivers in the country. Tonight he's been quiet so far.
One catch can completely change the game. He's in the slot right here.
1st and 10 from the Ohio 29. Miami down 4. Daquan Finn is going to find Weaver. Nice catch. Good move after the catch. The big man stays on his feet to the 10-yard line. There is a flag down. We'll see if this is coming back. Cole Weaver, a 19-yard catch and run, but might be coming back.
Personal foul, hands to the face, defense number 15. That penalty will be half the distance to the goal, automatic first down.
It's on Naz Lukman, the defensive end.
Here's the effort by Weaver, but Naz Lukman just gets up in the face mask of number 78. The right tackle, Drew Terrell. Big penalty right there, adding on to the nice scramble and catch by Cole Weaver.
1st down and goal to go from the 6, and we know what the story has been tonight with Miami in 1st and goal situations. They had 4 cracks at the end zone from inside the 2, 1st and goal, and came away with a field goal. That was in the 1st half, and now a timeout is called by Miami as the play clock was winding down. And so we'll see if that comes back to haunt Chuck Martin. I mean, you know, timeouts, especially in rivalry games where the emotions get so high, they're so valuable, and they burn one here. Not even a minute into the 4th quarter. We've seen some field goals tonight. And for 20 years, All-State has celebrated every field goal and extra point made in participating universities by donating to athletic scholarship funds, supporting all student athletes. We say thanks to All-State. Dom Jobin has hit a couple for Miami, but the Redhawks can't afford to settle for a field goal again from this range.
Yeah, you got to get points here. And you said it, Clay. You know, losing a timeout this early in the 4th quarter, when it's been a defensive battle in Ohio, their defense has played really well tonight. Just held them to a field goal down here. Let's see if they can punch it in. And this is, we've said it before, but this is where Finn's legs really come alive, escaping and creating plays.
There's 4 rushing touchdowns on the year. Ohio showing blitz. Here they come. Pressure. Finn out of the pocket. And he's going to hurl it over the top of the end zone and out of play. They brought the heat. Pius Achugo, number 10. Jalen Thomas in the nickelback came in off the edge.
They brought 6, only 5 to block. We've done this a few times down there. You got to imagine if you're blitzing from interior linebacker spots, you got to go replace the pressure with slants behind them.
Remember, Ohio's defense stymied Miami last December in the MAC title game. The only team to never score a touchdown in the MAC championship. And Ohio has kept him out of the end zone so far tonight. Finn. There's Weaver. He's going to catch it. Bumped out at the 5 by Tank Pearson. So here's a 3rd down.
Yeah, this Miami offense, I mean, all year long, they've really struggled scoring touchdowns in the red zone. Only 16 touchdowns in the red zone. That ranks 6th in the MAC. And, you know, 3rd down is the down where a quarterback draw is available, a zone read is available. Cole Weaver, 6'3", 220 pounds, has had a really nice last 2 games. Those are your options down here. You have to score a touchdown.
6 catches, 94 yards for Weaver. Finn slides up, throws, and it is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Braylon Isom, just his 5th catch of the year, And the redshirt freshman hauls it in 4 yards out, and Miami's back in front.
And the Bobcats decide not to pressure there. They decide to play coverage. And this is where Finn, like I was saying, the escapability, the creativeness with the arm angle. Isom comes up with a huge catch.
And the lead is back to a field goal. Miami's first touchdown against Ohio since the third quarter of their regular season win last October in Oxford. Didn't score in the MAC title game, but they have one now, and they're back in front.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by Ram, official sponsor of the College Football Playoff.
There's Braylon Isom, the freshman, with his first career touchdown. Boy, is it big for Miami as they go back in front with 13:29 to go. It's a good thing that the folks from Miami came into the press box before the game and said, hey, Braylon Isom, he usually wears 17. He's going to be wearing 18 tonight because of special teams purposes. It's a good thing that was pointed out to us. Wearing a new jersey tonight, but look out, here's Ohio. C.A. Bangura on the return, all the way back for a touchdown. No penalty flags. Little misdirection, little sleight of hand for Ohio, and it got Miami leaning the wrong way.
The fake pitch, just got to make the kicker miss, and he's to the house. C.A. Bangura, what an answer. We got ourselves a ball game here, Clay Matvick.
Second touchdown for Bangura. 97 yards on that kickoff return, which you hardly see anymore in college football. It's become a lost art. And Bangura quickly wrests control of the momentum back from Miami. The lead is 4.
And we talk about how well Miami plays on special teams. How about Ohio coming back for this long kickoff return?
Big smile from C.A. Bangura. Now Kansas, North Carolina, Friday night. Battle of the Blue Bloods, number 19 and number 25 at Chapel Hill. Coverage begins 7 Eastern on ESPN. Chance to see a couple of great freshmen. The new crop of freshmen that are standing out in the country include Darren Peterson and Caleb Wilson. 97 yards on the kickoff return. Again, you don't see kickoff return touchdowns as much anymore because we see so many touchbacks. It was barely touched.
To the house. They had both their running backs, Bangura and Broon, back there. Little fake pitch, and we don't talk about Ohio Bobcat special teams very often, but what a night for Bangura. 160 total yards and 2 touchdowns.
Is this going to go out of bounds too?
The 4th kick.
Man alive. It's just been a nightmare tonight for David Dellenbach. The 3rd time he's kicked it out.
Number 39. Ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
I can see the wheels moving for Brian Smith. Open tryouts. Just for a kickoff specialist.
I mean, after you go and make that special teams play, and then you come back and you kick it off.
All right, what does DeQuan Finn and company do for a response? Had that passing touchdown to Ison. That last Miami drive. His 105th touchdown passing or rushing in his career. That's now the most among active players in the FBS. Start this drive at the 35-yard line. Deshaunte Jones staying in the game now. Gets it on first down. We talked about him being the goal line, short yardage guy, but they're starting to move the front a little bit with him carrying the football, so maybe he gets more play here late.
Yeah, he's a load to bring down, and this Bobcat defense, they're just rushing forward. They're not really blitzing Finn too much. And if you can just go straight down the middle, get 4 to 5 yards a pop, you're in business.
3 receivers to the left. They'll stay with Jones. Big hole, good run, power right through the middle and into plus territory down at the 39. Tank Pearson finally brought him down. It's a gain of 21.
Nothing special about this. We're stronger and better than you are. You got a linebacker out of the gap, and he's just going to continue to move the football down the field. Almost a face mask right there. 2 nice runs, and we're in business if you're the Red Hawks.
Jones is going to take a breather, the redshirt freshman from Cleveland. Josh Ringer, another redshirt freshman in the game now. A razzle-dazzle. And they get it to Ringer. Good receiver out of the backfield. He'll make the catch. And that's going to be another first down for Miami. As Chuck Martin, who calls the plays, getting a little creative.
Excellent patience right here by Finn. You want to throw the football down the field. You practice this all week long in scout team, and people are wide open, and you're thinking it's a touchdown, strike up the band. Not so fast, my friend. Nothing's open. Nice job. Patience in the pocket and just checking that football back down for a first down.
Weaver has been their best receiver tonight, lined up to the right. They're going to go short again. The catch by Ringer. He's out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana.
I'm still surprised, Clay, that Cam Perry only has 2 catches for 18 yards on 4 targets. He's one of the best receivers in the country, and this Bobcats defense has double-teamed him all night. He's in the slot right here. He hasn't had a lot of success in the slot. I wonder at some point if they're going to move him outside and take a shot.
Finn keeps him. And you said it before, Chase, they have spied him all night. Jack Freese drew the assignment there, and the weak side linebacker played it perfectly, so it's 3rd down and fairly long.
And they've had a really nice plan on chasing down the mesh point, which means the handoff between the quarterback and the running back, and then Jack Freese has been on the outside responsible for Finn. They've run it to perfection. Finn only has 7 rushing attempts for 13 yards all night.
Huge 3rd down. Miami down 4. They've won 11 straight conference games in the regular season. And DeQuan Finn directing traffic. He's going to try and run for the first down. Not going to be even close. Ohio's defense doing a stellar job tonight on DeQuan Finn. That's a loss of 2, and now 4th down.
Finn's going to want that one back. Up top, they came back to this play. Just an out route. He is wide open. Throw it. He's looking right at him. And after the play, Cam Perry not happy with that. 4th down. Keeping the offense on the field.
Why so tentative to pull the trigger?
I don't know. He's wide open, and he threw that earlier to his left. Got to let that go.
Now they're going for it here on 4th and 9, keeping the field goal unit off the field. They need the 18-yard line for a first down. Finn going for the end zone, and there is Perry. Right on cue. Touchdown, Miami. And DeQuan Finn says to his buddy, better late than never. We finally connect, and just like that, Miami regains the lead.
How about that play on the outside? You're going to go double move. Safety bites. Adonis Williams runs right by him, and it was just a matter of time. We saw it last week when they played Western Michigan. 2 catches in the 4th quarter got this team going, and this one so big.
And Dom Jobin tacks on the extra point to make it a field goal difference as this game is getting long in the tooth. The Battle of the Bricks, always entertaining, always has conference title implications. No different tonight. First college football playoff rankings revealed earlier tonight. Top 5 the same as the AP poll, so nothing changes up top. 9 SEC teams. Texas and Oklahoma, they are the first 2 out. Your thoughts?
Well, there's 4 SEC teams in the top 6, and then Texas is surprising to me at number 11.
Memphis in there from the group of 5. Virginia, the only team from the ACC. So Miami regains the lead. We have had 4 lead changes tonight. A pop-up here and a fair catch called for, so Ohio's going to have it at the 25.
You're going to see a double move out here, but I want you to watch the safety, Adonis Williams Jr. on this touchdown. He jumps down on the in route and is out of phase and out of position right there. And this was the other touchdown. Here he is right here, out of position again. He's going to chase the out route to Brian Shane. Adonis Williams has not been in position on 2 straight touchdown passes. That is the story of the game right there. And Adonis is one of their leaders. They call him the enforcer back there. So that 4th down was huge.
See what Parker Navarro and the Bobcats can do for a response. He's on target, hits Rodney Harris. 14th completion for Parker tonight. He's closing in on 150 yards passing. Had that interception at the end zone in the first half. A lot of explosive plays through the air or with his feet tonight like we expected.
Yeah, absolutely. been tough getting going.
Duncan Brune in the backfield. 9 minutes to go. Navarro looks right. Cocks his arm. Fires tipped off the receiver's hand. Hendricks tried to reel that in. It was airborne after the deflection. It lands incomplete.
Eli Blakey heard footsteps right there.
Oh, and Hondra was lurking there. He has 3 interceptions already this year.
Hondra's been all over the place tonight.
Oh, he has.
Just like that, 3rd and 4.
Here comes the pressure. Draw. Navarro spinning, staying on his feet, gets to the 35, driven down. He has the first down. And look at that. Navarro confidently gets up and points his arm downfield.
I have no idea how he got through this tackle. They're blitzing. They're bringing an all-out pressure. You run a quarterback draw. It's actually a really good play call. All-out blitz versus a quarterback draw. Just got to make the tackle there.
Navarro, a gutsy leader out of Tempe, Arizona. He's played a lot of football. 4.0 student. One of 16 finalists for the Campbell Award, which is the academic Heisman. A smart kid, tough kid. There's Brune again. Big German will get 3 yards. Navarro, he's the kind of guy that you rally around. You like to play for.
Yeah.
The teammates want him to succeed. He helps the team succeed.
Absolutely. And who else helps the team succeed? This guy right here, Chase Hendricks. And that's the relationship between Parker Navarro and Chase Hendricks has continued to grow from the spring.
Second and 7. Navarro throws on the run and in and out of the hands of Hendricks. Pretty well defended by Coy Beasley, the safety.
Coy Beasley with the diving stop gets there a little bit early, but you're right, Clay. It hit his body. You got to come up with that. He's really good in contested catches, and we talked on the other side about Cam Perry getting going. This is one of the best 3 receivers in the country, averaging 100 yards receiving a game. He only has 40 tonight.
A lot of time on the clock, but you know, if you give it back to Miami here, Ohio's going to really be in a situation where they're running out of possessions. Potentially. This is a big 3rd down. And nothing to show for that. Eli Blakey. All over Navarro, nothing downfield. It's 4th down.
This is all Miami right here, deciding to bring all-out pressure, sending everyone. Eli Blakey is unblocked, doesn't make the tackle right there, but forces a throwaway. Just no answer for this pressure that Miami's putting on.
So now Ohio's got to punt it away. Lionel Billups Williams back to return, standing at the 20-yard line. Spiral kick. Fair catch called for at the 25-yard line. And so now Miami has it back with the lead, 7:18 to go. Wednesday, star-studded ESPN NBA doubleheader. Julius Randle and the Timberwolves finish up a 3-game road trip against Jalen Brunson and the Knicks, 7:30 Eastern. Then Luka and the Lakers hosting the Spurs. Countdown crew tips off for coverage at 7 Eastern. There you see Randle and Brunson, and they're leading the way in all those categories for their teams. So DeQuan Finn, he has really been sharp here late. 5 for 5 on that last drive, 45 yards. He's got a couple of touchdowns now. There's Keith Reynolds on the screen. Flags come down. See what this is about.
Like Braylon Isom was blocking a little too early right there.
Holding, offense number 18. 10-yard penalty, replay 1st down.
Of course, Braylon Isom had the touchdown earlier, but this is a penalty, and it's going to
Can't tackle.
put Miami back 15-yard line.
Can't tackle an offense, Clay.
No, you can't.
That is illegal.
I know you tried to get that rule overturned during your playing days in college and the
I
NFL.
didn't want people tackling me.
Deshaunte Jones, the big 250-pound freshman, back in the backfield for Miami. As we go under 7 minutes, trying to step out of a ankle tackle, and he does. Look at that big man move. You cannot bring him down on first contact. 9 yards.
Right down the middle, nothing special. Brian Shane comes in for the block. Try to leg tackle around, or try to arm tackle around the legs. He's going to run right through it at 250 pounds. And look, this is a huge drive for Miami. Not only do you need to take some time off the clock, but you have to continue running the football.
And another good run for Jones, as it's going to make it 3rd down, at least doable now after that penalty backed him up. So 3rd and 5 coming up. Walker made the tackle for Ohio. This is an important play in the football game.
Yeah, they're 4 for 12 on the night on 3rd down, so not exactly what they've been all year long. They've been a little bit better. And Cam Perry, he's the guy that you got to get involved.
Josh Ringer, excellent pass protecting running back, checks back in for the Redhawks. Finn surveys, still looking, ball is tipped and batted down. Cam Hollabaugh, the middle linebacker. 4th down.
Cam Hollabaugh, he is spying DeQuan Finn, going to go out and mirror him. He's going to come out of your screen right there with his left hand, as he had a guy open in the back, and Chuck Martin saying, hey, just take off and run.
Hollabaugh missed last week with an injury, back healthy tonight. Huge play for the Ohio defense. 3rd 3 and out for Miami tonight. On to punt for the 5th time is Pierce Staten. Chase Hendricks standing at the 30. What a boomer by Staten. Backing off, caught at the 20 by Hendricks, and not much of a return. Spotted at the 25-yard line. 50-yard kick for Staten. So much at stake as we're in November now. Maction, always entertaining. The games always matter so much, and especially in this one tonight, it's a rivalry. The Battle of the Bricks. 11-game MAC winning streak for Miami. And Ohio has been unbeatable at home, except for that loss to Miami a couple of years ago, since they changed the name of the field to Frank Solich Field. See the standings, it's very close at the top. If Ohio can win, it'll be a 4-way tie for first at 4-1. But the Bobcats are down by 3 with a little over 5 minutes to go. On 1st down, good run, Bangura on his feet. 1st down and more across the 40-yard line. Great second effort by C.A. Bangura, who has caught fire here in the 2nd half.
He's getting better as the game rolls on, and you cannot arm tackle this. 1, 2, 3, 4 missed tackles. Just continuing to chug along.
He has a rushing touchdown, a 97-yard kickoff return touchdown. And he'll get it again, maybe 2 yards before he's tripped up by Grant Lyons.
And it's an important drive of the game. They're continuing to run the football under 5 minutes, but you got to call into effect here their kicking issues, Clay, that they had. They're down 3. You got to imagine the target line is at least the 20 or the 25-yard line, based on how the kicking has gone. So it does change your play calling and aggressiveness on offense.
And Dellenbach has a 35-yarder tonight, but he's also kicked 3 out of bounds on kickoffs. So he's probably a little rattled as Jake Bruno, the tight end, makes that catch. So it'll be 3rd down and short for Ohio.
And if you're head coach Brian Smith, that's exactly what you're thinking about, right? You want to get down there. Clock's running under 4 now. But in your head, if you're at the 30 or 35 yard line, that might not be good enough for kicking a game-tying field goal.
Actually, not a great spot, so it's 3rd and 4. This is a tough call here for Ohio. What do they do?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost 4 down territory. You got to find Chase Hendricks. There he is, checking the play, getting to the best look.
That's going to be a first down. Backing across the 50 is Bangura, but a flag down. And this is coming back.
Holding. Offense, number 60. 10-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
It's the right guard, Trent Allen, and this is going to change things now as far as a play call for Ohio.
Yeah, you go from 4th and 1 to now 3rd and extra long, and Adam Trick slants inside, and Trent Allen just trying to stop him, hugs him.
So 3rd down and 14 now as they spotted back at the 36. Ohio has all of its timeouts, plus a little over a minute away from the 2-minute timeout. No hurry here is Ohio. Here comes the pressure. They rush 4. Navarro in trouble. Oh, crowd wants a face mask, and they're going to get it. Flags coming out of everybody's pocket as Adam Trick, one of the best pass rushers in the MAC, got his hand up around the face mask of Navarro.
Just a backbreaker. What a bailout for Ohio.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense, number 20. 15-yard from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Face mask right there. You're going to get him down on the ground. You just cannot do this in the most critical time of the game. 3rd and 14. No one was open down the field in the first set of downs.
6.5 sacks this year. Ohio said he's going to be probably the best defensive lineman we face all season. He was ready for a big play, but a huge mistake instead. And now 1st down and 10 on the plus side of the field for the Bobcats. Navarro, shovel pass, should have been caught and dropped. C.A. Bangura, as good as he has been tonight, might be thinking about that later.
Watching it live, surprised Parker Navarro did not just take off. There's head coach Brian Smith saying, got to catch the ball, but he had a bunch of green grass in front of him. Stops the clock, 2:29 left. Ohio with all 3 of their timeouts. They are in 4 down territory the rest of the game, including the 2-minute timeout. You got 4 stoppages.
Play clock down to 3. They get it off from the 49. 2nd down. Navarro scrambling as he has been so many times tonight. Lofts it up for grabs. Harris has it. Inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown. Rodney Harris. 49 yards from Navarro.
Just unbelievable. Unbelievable play by Parker Navarro. Unbelievable catch by Rodney Harris. Remember, we told you he's a basketball player. This crowd's going crazy above the rim specialist, and that is the heart and determination of Parker Navarro. No quitting, this young man. Keeps the play alive. This is a big kick here, Clay.
Yeah, this is to make it a 4-point game. And we have said that, you know, kicking has not been a slam dunk for Ohio this year. Dellenbach to attempt the point after. They've missed some PATs, missed a few field goals in recent weeks. This is a huge point after. drills him. 24-20. Our 5th lead change tonight.
Play of the game so far. They only rush 4, decide not to blitz. And when you give Parker Navarro time, even with the spy on him and Handrew, he's able to just float it up there. And we told you, a basketball player above the rim slows down. Number 17, Caleb Martin, falls down. And what an effort to be able to get into the end zone right here. Huge play.
And look at Brian Smith hugging Navarro as he comes off the field. Smith is the reason that Navarro stayed at Ohio. He could have gone somewhere else, got an NIL deal that was probably pretty sweet, but he loves Brian Smith. The new head coach stays put in Athens, and he just put Ohio back in front with 2:15 left. Rodney Harris coming off the game of his career last week, 100 yards receiving at Eastern Michigan. But this might top it. 5 catches, 92 yards, and a touchdown now. The go-ahead touchdown here late in the 4th quarter. Can they keep it in bounds? They do. Keith Reynolds stopped short of the 20. Good coverage there by Kendall Bannister. 8 seconds ahead of a 2-minute timeout, and now this Ohio defense, which has been superb for most of this game. Can they keep it going here and lock up a win, or does Miami have some magic? They certainly have the guy at quarterback to pull it off.
Well, 2 second-half touchdown throws from DeQuan Finn. We saw what Cam Perry was able to do. I just want you to call in the fact they only have 2 timeouts left, Clay. They used that last one in the red zone. So along with the 2-minute timeout, only 3 chances to stop the clock.
Finn in trouble. Downfield. And another great catch by Braylon Isom. And that'll bring it to the 2-minute timeout. Isom, 27-yard reception to the 46-yard line as Miami is trying to put together a big drive, down 4 late in Athens. It was scoreless after the first quarter, tied at 3 at the half. We have definitely received action, though, here in the
Yes,
second
we
half.
have.
It has been back and forth, and now DeQuan Finn and the Miami offense holding serve. They have it first down and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Battle of the bricks hasn't disappointed since halftime. Finn throws behind, and it is intercepted. Jalen Thomason. First turnover tonight for the Redhawks. Jalen Thomason, they call him Boogie. And if that holds up, I don't know if they're going to reveal it, he will be boogieing in downtown Athens when this game is all said and done.
Just a complete miscommunication by Finn and running back Josh Ringer. Finn tries to throw it into the flat. Let's see if he catches this. It hits the ground. It looks good right there. Josh Ringer is taking it up the sideline. And nothing tells me that that ball hits the ground. Ringer wanted it early.
And DeQuan Finn, you can see the frustration. This was part of the problem early on in the season for Finn. He was turning it over too much. Had 4 interceptions in the first 3 weeks, but only 1 since the start of MAC play. And this could be number 2, and just a devastating one late in this battle of the bricks.
Yeah, head coach Chuck Martin called him the most confident guy in the arena. Ringer kept going. DeQuan Finn wanted him to stop. Thomason, the right spot at the right time. And Clay, remember, if this is upheld and they do get the ball back, Miami only has 2 timeouts.
After review, the ruling on the field of an interception is upheld. It'll be first and 10 at the Ohio 49-yard line.
Sixth interception thrown by Finn. And Jalen Thomason, he's had some big plays this year. Had a 91-yard scoop and score against Northern Illinois a few weeks ago. This interception might top that. Because of the significance of this game, this rivalry, the time of the year. And now Ohio will try to put this game on ice. And as you would expect, they keep it on the ground with Bangura, who rips it off for 7.5 yards on first down, and Miami will use one of its 2 remaining timeouts.
And now only 1 timeout left. Clay, we called it out when they burned a timeout down in the red zone on first down because they could not get lined up. There is no way to stop the clock, especially if they get a first down. Just uncharacteristic mistakes tonight from Miami of Ohio. And for Ohio, I mean, this is a huge game. This is a huge game for them. A win tonight, and it creates a 4-way tie for first place.
See how low scoring this thing was through the first 3 quarters. It was tied at 3 at the half. It's been a back and forth affair here in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter. The battle of the bricks, call it that, because of the brick architecture on both campuses. 102nd meeting. Rematch of last year's MAC title game that Ohio won in a blowout. Ohio trying to put this one to bed. Second and 4. First down. What a run to the 30-yard line. A gain of a dozen for C.A. Bangura, who certainly is a candidate for MVP.
Yeah, I'd say so. Puts the game on ice. Continues rumbling right through the middle. He's got over 100 yards rushing now. And a huge game-changing kickoff return for a touchdown as well. And this is just the fans in stadium right here. They're happy, loud.
And now victory formation for the Bobcats. Brian Smith took over for Tim Albin as Miami uses its final timeout. He was here for 3 years under Tim Albin, who inherited this Ohio culture from Frank Solich, who of course is a college football Hall of Famer. Tim Albin was under Solich for a long time. And so the culture essentially has been unchanged for 20 years. Brian Smith knew that. He wants to be a protector of that. He wants the winning and the championships to continue. And this is going to be a huge win. Going to get him to 4-1. And it will be a 4-way tie atop the MAC going into Wednesday.
Ohio needed this more than Miami did. They needed it to stay alive in the MAC. Brian Smith, culture setter, the play caller. Exceptional plan in the second half to get C.A. Bangura going. Parker Navarro played a clean game. Continuing the trend with the shirts off, even though it's below 40 degrees for college fans across the country. What a win.
Bangura over 100 yards rushing, a couple of touchdowns. That 97-yard return, though, on the kickoff. That changed this game late. A big interception by Jalen Thomason puts it on ice, as Ohio is going to be bowl eligible and in a 4-way tie for first in the MAC. And Chuck Martin's Miami Redhawks see their 11-game regular season conference win streak come to an end. Third straight win for the Bobcats. And it is going to be interesting here in November as MACtion continues. There it is, Ohio, Buffalo, Miami, Western Michigan, all 4-1 now, Chase Daniel.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you want. Those who win in November will be remembered. And Ohio moves to 23-1 the last 4 years at home. That is an unbelievable stat. The fans were out tonight.
Frank Solich Field. I mean, since they renamed this thing 4 years ago, it is so hard to get a win here. Miami is the only one in those 4 years. They don't get it done tonight. This is a special place.
Yeah, it really is. And we're going to see this group next week. This Ohio group next week, and it just wins like this can send your season skyrocketing. So the way they're playing, just a really connected group. You can see them all together on a knee at midfield. This is unbelievable.
Parker Navarro, 201 yards passing, a touchdown, did throw the interception the first half. But all in all, a well-played game for the Ohio Bobcats, especially on defense, as they defend the Frank. Brian Smith embracing his daughter Chloe. That's going to do it. What a battle of the bricks it was. We hope you enjoyed it. For Chase Daniel and our entire crew on Clay Matvick, saying so long from Athens, Ohio, 24-20, the final. NFL Live is next.